because the last one was 10 minutes long, I'm just going to see if I can do it again and do it in less time. Because I'm too lazy to edit if I can help it. You know, putting pictures in at the end, that's enough for me. Talking about pictures, I am giving you a warning right now. They are bare bump pictures as requested. I, however, do not have an attractive bump. So, sorry, if you don't want to bring up your lunch or your breakfast or your dinner or whatever you may have just eaten, you may want to stop at the end. I will give you fair warning that this is the end and you don't have to look at my flesh because... So, I'm 35 weeks pregnant today, so I'm sort of looking over week 34. We're sort of getting onto the home stretch now, so I'm trying to get a little bit organised. So I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've got going on, as well as symptoms at the end, which is just like a massive moaning. But I'm going to list everything from the top of my head down to the bottom of my feet. So I've got a reminder if I ever think, oh, I want to do surrogacy again and I'm a bit mental. And then I can watch this and go, no. Because the urge is going to probably kick in and I don't want to be wearing rose-tinted glasses. So basically I had a midwife's appointment last week. I don't have preeclampsia or anything like that. My BP has crept up slightly, so I've got to keep an eye on it. I started to get very, very dizzy and I've been exceptionally tired and I have had swelling and stuff, which I'll go over a little bit more towards the end. And so I was a little bit concerned, but there's no protein in my urine or anything like that, so that's all fine. But I'm to sort of keep an eye on it just to be safe. I can't imagine I would get preeclampsia at this point because it's my 5th and I've not had it before. I mean, I had minor issues, questionable, with George, but it ended up not being preeclampsia and I was induced because he had reduced waters. So we'll see how that goes. But I've started taking my red raspberry leaf tea. Also because I was anemic, according to my blood results from like 6 weeks ago. I am on a liquid iron thing, which gives you the most ridiculous amount of heartburn. So I'm trying to sort of get organised. I'm trying to get my iron levels up. I'm trying to drink my red raspberry leaf tea because with the 2 babies I had where I didn't have the red raspberry leaf tea, because like with Seth, I was going to start it at 37 weeks and then he came. So that, you know, I had it in the cupboard and I was like, oh, never mind then. His labour was 7 hours, George's was 6.5 hours. And obviously my girls were a lot shorter with like 4 hours and like 1 hour, well, 2 hours, I think, from the whole thing start to finish or whatever with Edith. So considerably shorter. So although I'm not saying I want a 1 hour labour or anything like that, because it's too intense. However, I would quite like a 4 hour labour again. So I'm drinking it because it helps tone the uterus supposedly. And I'm all over that shiz because it's probably going to need help. It's old and abused and probably very tired at this point. So I'm trying to give my poor uterus a little bit of help here to smush the kid out when the time comes. So I think that kind of covers everything. Like, baby's fine. He did have a quiet day. As I mentioned last time, I believe I mentioned last time that he was quiet. I don't know, I forget. But I now think he's got a bit of a pattern where he goes quiet and then he wakes up and is like crazy manic baby and then he's quiet for a few days. So I think that's like his new pattern. It seems to be him. He's fine with it. Then doing symptoms, what I am feeling at 34 weeks pregnant, what I felt over the week 34 of pregnancy, should I say. I'm literally going to start at the top of my head and work my way down. Headaches, really annoying, constant headaches for weeks again, but I will also have it where it flares up, makes my eyes go funny and my face hurt and I can't drive my car, which is a bit annoying, but you know, I have to be safe. And paracetamol doesn't really do anything particularly, so that's kind of annoying, but it's not the most awful thing in the world. I have been getting nausea, like first trimester nausea all over again. It's complete crazy. I haven't actually thrown up. I've thrown up in my mouth a number of times, but I haven't actually puked my guts up yet. But I do get very, very, very sick, feeling like really intense, ridiculous nausea. Most of week 34, I was unable to eat dinner. I couldn't go near the kitchen. I couldn't stomach the smells again. That I was literally heaving, or as I said, puking in my mouth. So I lived on cereals and fruit for a lot of last week. I did, however, manage to have a dinner. I had cereals last night, actually, I'm lying. But I did have a dinner the night before and I felt very accomplished that I'd actually managed to eat a dinner. But yeah, last night, just no. So I had cereals again. It was very exciting. However, I am a moose, so not eating dinner is not going to harm me in any way, shape or form. It's probably doing me a favour, actually. Then heartburn. Oh my God. I have to go back to the doctors. I've got a doctor's appointment on Monday for that, and another complaint I've got. And I'm going to ask back for the omeprazole to get that back again, because it's just the amount of money being spent on antacids, the amount going in me cannot be good. But if I don't, it's actual, I'm not even kidding, that it's agony, it's horrible, it hurts so much. I feel like my esophagus is going to have holes burnt through it. I can't sleep, I'm upright in bed, I'm up and down. If I don't take Gaviscon before bed and sleep upright and have milk next to my bed, so when I wake up to pee I can glug down some milk, and that pretty much gets me through the night. But it's just, I would like to not have to keep doing that or be woken up by heartburn or something, because I'm tired, and you can tell I'm tired. Like, look, so sorry. Kind of annoying, but again, nothing awful. The bloods didn't come back with anything that I need to worry about. I don't need to like be hospitalized. I don't have gestational diabetes. I don't have any of those sort of issues yet. Give me time. I may have diabetes soon, because I actually ate about 6 Oreos yesterday. Whatever, they tasted good. I'd never had the golden ones before. They're very nice. Then boobs, boob pain, and really, really sore nipples kicking in every now and then, but not constantly. But every now and then I'll be like, my nipple burns, which my husband just gives me side eye, because I literally say that even if I'm out of the house, because I forget myself because I'm so tired, and he gets kind of embarrassed and tries to walk away from me, and I'm like, why are you leaving me? You love me, come here, and literally trying to chase him, but I can't run, so it just looks really pathetic. So then I look and sound mental in like a Sainsbury's or something, which is a supermarket here, whatever. I try not to think about it too much. He loves me. The pelvis, I think, is going back to a normal pelvic position, which would be a good thing, except now I've got SPD pain. So I really sound like a champion moaning old goat. I honestly can't even, I realise I sound annoying. Sorry about that. But yeah, as it's sort of settled back and the sciatica's died down, so which I'm so grateful for, because I genuinely was concerned it was going to be sort of a lifelong problem where I was going to get shooting pains down my arse, my leg was going to go numb, and I was going to be able to walk for the like odd day here and there for the rest of my life. I was like, well, that sounds so much fun. Great. But it seems to be settling back. And as it settles back, unfortunately, yes, the SPD pain is a little bit ridiculous, and it does make me go every now and then. But I also get impressive lightning crutch, or as my sister calls them, sorry, I can only apologise for this term, but apparently other people love it, fanny daggers, where you get a really, really sharp pain shooting down your vagina or your anus, rectum, whatever, down your colon. That's the one, right down. It hurts, and you do go, but it's a split second, but it's such an intense pain for that split second. You do tend to gasp, and then people go, are you all right? What happened? You're like, yeah, it's fine, it's nothing. You don't really want to necessarily discuss that with strangers in town, but it does draw some funny looks, which can be a bit funny or a bit amusing, should I say. Use a different word, Lisa, Jesus. Swelling in my ankles and my feet is very attractive. I have the finest pair of cankles in the whole of the UK. I uploaded a picture to my Instagram the other day. They are stunning. Whilst talking about Instagram, I'm going to say to those of you that have tried to follow me, I've said this before, but if you follow me on, or you've requested to follow me on Instagram and you have a private page that's all shut down, I won't add you if you don't send me a message or something. Not in a horrible way, but I literally, it sounds horrible and I don't mean it in a snooty way at all. I can't follow everyone that follows me necessarily. So every request I get, if I followed you all back, I would then not be able to interact with the people that I actually fully interact with. And I'm a little bit wary about adding anyone I don't know. And I know if I added you, I'd be able to nose at your pictures and make sure you're real people and everything if you accepted me. But my concern would be that I would not be able to interact with people I do interact with, because I would just have too many people that I'm following. So obviously, if you send me a message or whatever and we interact on mine, I will follow you back. I'm happy to follow people back. I love Instagram. I just think it's fantastic. I've annoyed people this morning by uploading a few pictures. But I do tend to be a little bit wary on there, because I may be allowed to share pictures of this wee man on my Instagram because it is private. But therefore, I do have to be a little bit careful and make sure people are like real and stuff before I add them to follow me. But yeah, if you could just send me a message on any form of social media platform so I can follow you back, that would be awesomeness. So yeah, other than that, see, heartburn, it just comes up and it's delightful. Ow. But I think that is everything. So this is your 5-second warning. Bare bump shots will be here on your screen in a moment, and they are not pretty. Okay, so you might want to turn off. Have a fantastic week, everyone. I will love you and leave you with the disturbing photographs of my abdomen, and I hope to see you next week, and that everybody has a wonderful weekend. And yeah, if you have any questions, comment below and I will endeavour to answer them, or if you want to do it quietly, feel free to direct message me via the Facebook page or on Instagram if you follow me on there, or wherever, and I will get back to you. All right, bye.